Yo, you already know what it is. It's your boy Kev, always been a Don, and of course, this is the Modern Crowd Podcast who... we gotta start that over. That's the first time I ever fucked it up.
Nah, it shows you're human. It just shows you're human, bro. You don't have to start that over, bro. Come on now. It just shows you're human.
I'm trying to ride around in a whip full of money like them niggas that drive for Loomis. I done died, I can prove it. You can see holes in my wrist, know that I can test the fake and the flaw. I'm not one to pass it.
Yo, you already know what it is. It's your boy Kev, always been a Don, and of course, this is the Modern Crowd Podcast with Hoop Dreams, and I got my boy Rudolph sitting here. What's up, man?
What's good, man? I'm still a little upset.
About
that was such a good, genuine human moment, and now it's gone into the ether. Just gone. Gone.
Well, we did have a blooper which won't be shown, but had to make a reference to it.
Kelvin would not admit he's human.
Nah,
he just won't admit it. He just won't admit it.
I'm a legend, man. I'm a legend for sure.
Wow.
But of course, we have a guest here today. I'm gonna let her go ahead and introduce herself.
Danielle Hutchins, what's going on?
What up?
What's up?
You finally came to Atlanta to hop on a Modern Crowd Podcast.
Came through, finally.
Word. So, how was the trip when you got here?
I mean, it's a regular 2-hour drive or less, you know.
Man.
Where you coming from?
Augusta, Georgia.
Augusta, Georgia.
Okay.
That's home.
AUG 706, baby.
Oh. I didn't know the area you come from. Augusta, Georgia.
The whole confusion.
I didn't know that was like a whole thing, bro. Like, y'all rap hard.
Yeah, like he's like, whoa, what gang is that?
Right,
Like,
whoa, excuse me.
But yeah,
I apologize.
So of course, you're coming from my hometown. I'm actually glad to actually see talent come out of my hometown first and foremost. I really appreciate you for coming out here. So first thing we tell everybody before they get on here, tell the people what you do.
I do a lot of things, but I sing, write, and rap.
Word. So, being in Atlanta, everybody does music and stuff out here.
Okay.
How hard is it for you to do your craft? Like, if you had to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it?
I guess it depends on, do you mean, in Atlanta, it's crowded.
Facts.
Very crowded and saturated with a lot of rappers and singers. Not trying to take any digs at people, but, sometimes people don't, work on their craft.
That's a fact.
So, yeah, so it is saturated within Atlanta, but, Georgia will always be home. Love the people, love the culture.
Word.
Yeah, so.
Word. No, that's a fact. I mean, from me coming from Augusta and going here to Atlanta, I can definitely agree to what you're saying. And I think everybody in the world knows it too. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But it's crazy because I listen to your music and I'm like, very in awe of how talented you really are. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
It's again, with being in an oversaturated market, actually to see talent actually for the first time and being on this podcast. We had other people that had talent too, but like every time somebody comes on here, I gotta let them know that they have talent. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is me giving you your flowers right now. I appreciate you for giving us a talent because I'm tired of hearing the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Clap soundtrack. Clap.
Put the clap on there.
Got to.
Word.
Got to.
So let me ask you a really, really challenging question here.
For sure.
And this is no shot to nobody.
Oh, no.
I always ask this because you work with other people, right? Uh-huh. So has there ever been a time when you worked with somebody and it didn't work out? And how did you get to that moment and tell them that it didn't work out? Or did you come to a situation where you were like, hey, we can do something else?
Honestly, I've never been in that situation.
Word, that's a good thing. That's a great thing for real.
You are blessed.
I've never been in that situation because, on my song Big Dreams, that's actually about to drop on April 30th.
Word.
I had a rapper on there because I needed like a male voice. That's kind of how I heard how I wrote it. And so he couldn't do the sing rapping type of thing.
You're right.
So I'm like, yeah, so now you see how it feels to be in the studio when all the rappers want to be doing this sing rapping type of thing and y'all can't really do it.
That's a fact.
Unless you're, have the reverb on it. So I, coached him through like, nah, you didn't hit that note. My guy, you was off, you were flat, blah, blah, blah.
Word.
And I was just like, you know what? Just go ahead and move out the way. Let me just go ahead and do these next 4 bars and I'm going to just sing rap it real quick. Yeah.
So you coach them through it. That's real. That's real. Like, because some people need that.
I mean, I know like a lot of people are not in the church scene, so I guess like coming from a church scene and, you know, environment is great because I grew up in the church.
Word.
So I'm able to hear different things. So I've had that foundation. So even like when I was in Minnesota for school and I was at my church and we were, you know, writing and singing our own album stuff, I was able to basically step in the role of being a music director and basically, teaching rehearsal, teaching songs, teaching notes, teaching parts, things of that nature. But a lot of people don't have that experience. I mean, it's good, you know, good and bad, but you know.
No, I feel that. But I'm glad you said that, because one of the things that I mentioned on all the podcasts that I've been on, you know, when I listen to artists and stuff like that, I wanted to be a rapper, and you know, yeah, I know.
Why you have to laugh, bro?
It's all good.
This man is pouring his heart out over here.
It's all good. I rapped in front of one homie one time, and he told me I was absolute garbage, and my rap career ended right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So, but outside of that, I went to podcasting, and it's been working out pretty well. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking to people, and they've been coaching me and stuff like that. So it's been working out pretty well.
God redirects us, you know?
Yeah, facts. You
Do
know,
you sometimes put on that deep podcast voice, you know?
Nah, I don't know what that is. Like, I swear, like, I tried it, like, but I can't do it. Like, I try to be like, you know, try to do like, you know how they do the commercials and they have the person a deep voice and stuff like that for the voiceovers?
Yeah.
Tried that. That didn't work out for me.
It's not supposed to be sustainable.
Oh,
because like those voiceover commercials is takes after takes after takes after takes.
Yo, random fact. I thought like SpongeBob, the person that did SpongeBob's voice, I thought that was his real voice.
Rest in peace.
I swear to you.
No. Like most of those voices is for the character.
I can't do it.
No lie. Fun fact: my mom can actually talk like Daffy Duck.
What?
Yeah.
Where's your mother?
That's impressive.
Where is she?
That's impressive.
She's not with me.
Yeah, that's super impressive. Anybody that can do a voiceover of any cartoon, because I'm a huge cartoonist. Yeah. I like cartoons and stuff. So to know somebody can do it, that's impressive. So you just mentioned, you know, with you, of course, being in a part of the church and then also doing music and coaching other people. How hard? So with me, I'm trying to understand basically of that nature of your culture with the music. Mm-hmm. How hard is it to basically convince people to listen to your music?
I feel like they have to have an experience.
Right.
Either if it's with me, because majority of the time that's how it happens. They're like, oh my God, I just love your spirit. And I'm like, hey, I can just go directly into it. Well, I got music.
Word. Facts.
I got music. And then like they'll hit me up later and be like, oh my gosh, your music is like just so uplifting.
Right.
And
that's a fact. I'm telling you, that's a true fact. We were just listening to it before you got in. So
Thank you.
That's a real fact.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so that's one of the ways. Kind of like you said, everything is saturated with rap.
Right.
Mumble rap. Just all
it's what
this stuff.
sells.
Some is good, some is, you know what I'm saying, it's not, you know. But, you know, you just have to, I feel like having an experience with people in person is amazing. It's cool like to have experiences like on IG and stuff like that, but it's nothing more personal than having that personal experience like face to face.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a whole different thing. Again, if you watch any podcast that I've been on or my podcast, I'm a huge hater of social media. Hashtag I hate social media. There you go. But no, I think the biggest thing for me is basically just the human contact and people saying word of mouth is more important to me than people going on social media and trying to spread the word that way. But again, social media is a really it can be a great tool. But I would love to see the personal experience with somebody before I'd be like, hey, yeah, social media, yeah, this is a great person, and not even really knowing that person. You know what I'm saying? So no, because I asked that because do you go to different venues? Because of course, like you said, it's saturated here in Atlanta. So do you go to different venues outside of what most people would think the venues you would actually be in?
Sometimes I do.
So how comfortable do you feel being in those venues?
You know, at first it was really weird. At first I really didn't like talking about myself. Right. Because I'm like, well, my music should speak for me, but my mentor was like, no, that's not how it works. Word. No, facts. Even though I am a people person, I love people, but sometimes I just need that alone time, especially just being an artist. Sometimes you have a lot of things going through your mind. You see a lot of things. You want to write a lot of things.
Right.
But I do, like the venues that I do go to, whether it be like an open mic or a concert, like I go to different places for specific reasons. Like if I'm going like say for instance, like rest in peace to Mac Miller. Word. I remember before he died, I actually had a ticket to go see him.
Wow.
I really wanted to see Mac Miller,
facts.
man.
Yeah. Facts.
And then when he died, I was so sad because like his music is so soulful, just the way he vibes. Even like with his musicians, if you like Thundercat and all of them, they talk really highly of him. And just how talented he is. So, like, if I'm going to a venue or a concert, I'm going to be like, okay, I hear that drummer. He did that lick. Why did he do that on the 1 and 3 and stuff like that?
Word.
So, and I'm listening to, like, the keyboard playing, or I might be hearing, like, the aux. I'm like, my MD, Chrissy, I'm like, Chrissy, can you incorporate this, like, in our next venue or our next show? So,
right.
That's awesome. It sounds like you're really immersed in the musicality of it all, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a question for you.
Okay.
So how did your faith play into your transition to saying, I want to bring this to the world myself? Like, I want to bring this because like
so
music.
In my music, I really do not talk a lot about my relationship with God, because I feel like I said, it's always experience. So I talk about like chasing your dream, experiences that you may have experiences, where's the eviction notices and stuff like that, the real type of stuff. Because then when you're able to touch people's hearts that way, you're able to pour into them. So yeah,
I love that.
No, that's real. I mean, I try to be 100%, but they call me 99%. That's all I'm talking about.
Where the 1% go?
Wait, right.
And
yeah, that's a good question. She called you 99%, bro.
Yeah, facts. So, I tell people I'm in the streets and they laugh at me every time.
Wait.
See, there you go. So you start laughing. Every single time. Every time I say that, they start laughing. He even laughing. He's known me for a while.
I'm smiling.
Yo, is this legit?
Good for the soul.
Are you really in the streets?
I couldn't say on mic.
They call 99% out there. You ain't heard 99%?
Is it 99% or 99% proof?
Oh.
Ooh.
Is it?
For all that's watching, make them in the comments. Like, I need to know the answer to that one, so I get asked that again.
What's your street name, Kelvin?
Kev always been a Don, you know what I'm saying?
All right, cool. Say
you know what I'm saying? I'm the realest out there. But, real talk. So the question I have for you, and this is what I always ask artists, man, and they always get stuck on this question. Top 10 artists of all time.
Top 10?
No, hold up. You know what? I'm making it even harder. Top 5.
That's not hard.
Oh, that's not hard for you? Okay, my bad. We go back to 10 if you want to.
No, we can do 5.
Let's go 5.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
cool.
you already with the 5.
All right, so we got Royce the 5'9".
Ooh, I've never heard that one.
Yo,
cool,
it's so crazy.
Facts.
Every time I tell people, like, they be asking me my top 5, they be like, I really wasn't expecting you to say these people.
And that's one of my favorite artists as well,
I
too.
love him.
Great.
The Book of Ryan is a classic. Okay.
Oh, my God, you just touched
we
my
got
heart.
Royce.
One,
Okay.
Royce the 5'9". Then we got Kendrick Lamar,
Word.
Of course.
Logic, Joyner Lucas.
Joyner.
And then my last one will have to be J. Cole.
Okay.
Jermaine
I
himself.
didn't put no female MCs
And that's what
on
it
there.
is, you know?
Okay, so what are some of your favorite women artists? Favorite female
Queen
artists?
Latifah,
Yeah.
Rhapsody.
Word.
Let's see, MC Light. That's about it.
Okay.
From where I can go.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, like, for female rappers, for me, it's Rhapsody. Rhapsody has always been my favorite.
She's so lyrically, like, she's a problem.
Yo, beat a lot of men rappers out there, too. Like, for real. Like, dog. I'm going to tell you one fact about Rhapsody. I've never skipped a song on any of her albums when I listen to it, for real. Like, Kendrick Lamar is the same way, too. Like, that man has hit after hit after hit. You know what I'm saying? So
That's real.
So, favorite album of all time?
The Book of Ryan.
Oh, never mind.
There you go. That was easy. Top 5 albums. No, I'm just
No, The Book of Ryan, actually, that album is so personal to me. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember I was in Minneapolis around that time. And I just really, really connected with that album.
Right.
Like, I would literally just drive, listen to that album, pull over to the side and just in the parking lot just be chilling, listening to the album, like really connecting to the album, because he talks about a lot of like real stuff up there.
No, that's a fact. That album, that's one of those if you know bars, because
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of bars because I listen to a lot of battle rap too. So like bars is really, really important to me. So listening to that, I definitely get it. I definitely get it. So let's just go back to the hometown, Augusta, of course. What made you want to get out of Augusta? That's people ask me that all the time. And when I talk to people, they don't even know what Augusta is, but I have to put them on the map every time. Like, real talk, I have to put them on the map. Yeah. I swear to you, anytime I mention Georgia, they only know Atlanta. For real. He's one of them.
Wait. I knew about Savannah.
Right.
And,
you know what I'm saying? That right. The disrespect.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Disrespect.
I'm just letting you know why I know more about Georgia.
You only said one city, bro.
Right, one city outside of Atlanta. Thank you.
But it wasn't just Atlanta.
Anyway.
My point is proven. Mark that.
But what made you want to get out of Augusta?
Because Augusta is, you can tell it's like a retirement type of city.
For sure.
It's slow. And I really needed a change. I felt like if I would have stayed in Augusta, I would have settled. Mm-hmm. So at the time, like, I felt like God, he gave me a choice. You can go to college, because I actually was going to go to LA for school because I got accepted into Los Angeles Recording School of Arts there.
Right.
Nice.
But I couldn't afford it. So,
that's real.
I had to pass that.
Right.
So I ended up going to Minnesota for McNally Smith College of Music. And when I went up there, I wasn't expecting it to be that cold up there. It was
Minnesota.
In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be sunny like Georgia, like breathing in, taking in. No, I was deceived.
Yes, you should have been.
But anyway, I just ended up being homeless up there. So, I guess it was within my path to be
That's
in
real.
that struggle path,
Yeah.
So
Now, a lot of people, and shoot, with me myself, I went to Georgia Southern.
Okay.
So yeah, like Georgia Southern taught me a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it taught me how to grow up really, really quick. You know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, you had to struggle up there.
Yeah.
I had to struggle when I went down to Statesboro. Going from Augusta to Statesboro, the middle of nowhere, with 4 or 5 traffic stops. It was different. You know what I'm saying? What if you can describe how the struggle actually made you who you are now? Like how would you explain that?
So, because I couldn't afford to pay for school anymore, I got withdrawn from school and I had to move out the dorms. So my parents, they was like, you can come home if you want to. And I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to stick it out, do the journey.
Right.
And that's what I ended up doing, and it built character. Like, I didn't want nobody to give me nothing. Like, I came up here to achieve my dream, and that's what I did.
Word. Now, funny story with me, when I was at Georgia Southern, again, I tell everybody, I used to be a sheltered kid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really come outside that much. I was, if I came outside, it was to play soccer or play basketball. But outside of that, I was in the house playing video games. But when I was in Statesboro, man, I was, became a party animal, first and foremost. And then outside of that, I didn't care too much about school because when I got out there and my teacher said you didn't have to come into class, I didn't come into class. You know what I'm saying? But I learned, my academics went down, but I understood after a while, I'm in a serious situation that can change my life. And with that being said, I changed it around. I graduated, got up out of Statesboro, and came straight to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But it sounds great, but it was a whole journey behind that too. It would be out here all day.
I tell people all the time, I feel like when people do not go off this college or start their journey, they cheat themselves.
Right.
They cheat themselves a lot.
That's a fact. It's like you said. If I felt like if I stayed in Augusta, I probably not have been podcasting. Probably been working a 9 to 5 and not doing anything, and just going to work every day and not coming. Doing something creative or just building myself. You know what I'm saying? Because something about Augusta definitely gives me more creative energy and more to build myself when I go down there all the time and visit.
Really?
Yeah, for real. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I go down there and it helps build my creativity for real. Like, I can't stay in Atlanta too long because I start getting sucked into this is the norm. But when I go to Augusta or if I go somewhere else, it builds my creative juices to even create even more.
I feel like you feel that way because it's not a lot of noise in Augusta like Atlanta.
Facts.
And you're able to kind of breathe and clear your head, and able to kind of like jump in that creative zone. Rather than Atlanta, you'll have like a lot of things pulling at you.
Nah, that's a fact.
I also think it's your home. It's like coming back home is like your recharge, is what you kind of
that's good.
Get your energy back. You know.
Now, don't get me wrong. I can't stay there for too long.
That's home.
Yeah.
All I do is wait, pray, hustle, and repeat. Mind my business, I keep my family out them streets. Working hard, I think of them before they think of me. Working hard, I think of them before they think of me.
This life is deeper than money, it's deeper than fame. Unfortunately, those are two we gravitate to numb the pain.